Hello and welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. Today, after a long Easter week and back to show you what's happening in the market. I mean, the price action looks very bullish. I have tweeted about that today. I was busy with my job. But let us talk what's happening here and what we can expect next. If that's the the trigger of the next bull run or just bull crap. I was close to say another thing. So let us talk about the wealth ratio as usual to start the session. And of course, we start with the daily resolution. So what's happening here? Well, we can see the wealth ratio 30 days average just rised. And you remember I was a little bit surprised when I have seen such kind of high wealth ratio, the highest since years, indicating more than 70% of the inflows were coming from weights. And well, since then it has started to rise, and it seems it's declining now a little bit after that weekend. It would make sense actually due to the holidays. Um, the reserves on exchanges related to stable coins, just it's still declining, not that big anymore, but still in a downward trend, also indicating they are still selling their assets and withdrawn their stablecoins from the exchanges, and the same with the stablecoin supply in the market, also indicating here downward trend. That's the blue line. And I will show you again that yeah, it's almost confirmed by another chart. Well, also what we see here is at least from the last days, we had these 30,000 Bitcoin withdrawal. In my opinion, it's not related to any institutional purchase. A follower just sent me a picture today showing me, I don't remember the app right now, indicating that Coinbase had mm, inflows of 158,000 bitcoins. I think they are working on something and making such kind of transactions. That's possible. FTX had something similar last year related to their UTXO um, changes. So that's possible. It's exactly the same. Let us take a look to the Oliview. And what we see here is also very interesting. I mean, we can't see any big dump on wealth ratio. We had such, but it maintaining 70, 0.70. That's just indicating they are reducing um, their sell pressure, but it's still too high. So even the price is going up, we can see that the wealth ratio is also going up. We had a little bit, yeah, I would say a decline move, and it's going up again, and that matches very well to what we can see here in the 30 hours moving average of the wealth ratio too. So here indicating the blue line, the stablecoin supply on the markets, just reducing. We can see here it dumped a little bit, indicating they are burning even more stable coins, so indicating less demand in the market. And stablecoin reserves on exchanges, we can see that here as well. Now it's going up a little bit, but well, I mean, it maintains a relatively good level of $25 billion, 25.44, but it's still indicating it's a downward trend, so they are taking some profits and leaving the centralized exchanges with stablecoins. We can see here the Bitcoin net flows at the moment indicating more outflows than inflows, or something that would make sense after such bullish price action. Well, first of all, to make it clear why I'm not convinced of what's happening here is because we have Bitcoin here, we have SP 500 here, and you can perfectly see what's happening. I mean, it's following one to one exactly what's doing SPX or SPY. And I mean, that's just indicating that someone is synchronizing trading bots together and Bitcoin is just following. However, we will see more data, and actually I didn't recheck the data just since few hours, so maybe they surprised me with something bullish, but at the moment I didn't detect any bullish in the data. So let us check the remaining data now. So we can see some activity today related to spot exchanges and many Bitcoin coming in, many stablecoins coming in, of course. And we can see what's happening here since today. I mean, yesterday night everything have started to happen when we had a dump. Just from here we have started to have this downward trend, then a local bottom, then just starting higher lows, and they pump it. That happened yesterday, also related to SPY. We maintain that price level and pump even more. We can see that correlates very well to some activity here, right? So let us take a look what happened here. Well, first of all, yesterday we had here 3,000, 3,500, 4,500. Well, I would say 6,000 Bitcoin, and at the same time, big inflows in stablecoins, really big one, but at the same time, as you can see, also outflows. So almost, and that's why I used the net flow here, not really big. So, I mean 80 million plus, but if you check here, almost neutral. If you check here, just a little bit more of plus, 57 million. The big one is happening right now. We received 170 million stablecoins, sorry, in the last hour. And just before we had more outflows than inflows. But at the same time, we are receiving today 800, 1,200, 1, 2, 5, 3, 4, 6,000, 7,300 Bitcoin at the moment. And that's a lot. That's really a lot. And well, but we received also a lot of stablecoins. The question is, um, I are these stablecoin inflows just related to what's going to happen next to absorb these bitcoins? That's possible. So it seems someone is, I mean, the trading bots need, of course, some feed. Otherwise, they can't buy the bitcoins and so on and so forth. So it seems someone is expecting more positive or bullish price action, while some others are trying to limiting the price up. We need to see and to check more information to figure out what's happening. So let us see what's happening here to the future market. Well, first of all, I can see the funding rate just went up today and maintained a little bit its level, and it's declining right now. That's really interesting because people have started to demand more shorts um, just before the price went up even more. And usually I would say when the people are demanding more longs, the market is going to go down, but it's not the case. As you can see at the moment, it looks like someone is pushing or placing more shorts than longs at the moment. So we need to see, as we know that retailers or many retailers are staying away. Sometimes I think that the funding rate is indicating even more and more those guys, or showing their sentiment of those guys who are controlling the price at the moment. Well, leverage ratio also went up. Dump hard just stood to lift up, went up again. So, but at least it's not in that area anymore that was very high, but it maintains very high at the moment. And open interest, well, I mean, it's just indicating you what happened, right? So they here in that area they liquidated, it seems some, and they have started to place new shorts here. Oh, we need to see what's going to happen next. Looks very interesting. Also to the stable coins, for example, it maintains almost neutral. So yeah, we are bringing here 139, 139.5, 30, 195, Jesus, 195 million in stable coins to the derivative exchanges, but at the same time we had an outflow of 260 million. So, and even here more outflow than inflow. So somebody is just taking profit, and it seems another one is taking over. Um, and that matches very well actually to the funding rate. So, and the same it seems happening here to the bitcoins. I mean, that was what we can see here is really huge. Almost 2,000 Bitcoin inflows and 1,000, almost 1,600 Bitcoins outflows. Just an hour before, just 700 Bitcoins inflow, but 3,000 Bitcoins outflow. That's really big. So more outflows happening at the moment related to Bitcoin on derivative exchanges than inflows. Also very interesting in my opinion. So, well, let us take a look to the liquidation map on the Kingfisher. So here we go. Shorts, it's just, I mean, that's nothing. That's really absolutely nothing on FTX. That's nothing. It's just wow. And take a look here. I mean, compare the shorts volume, liquidation volume with the longs one. That's insane. That's really insane. I don't know how that works. I mean, that should attract them. So, well, doesn't matter. Um, we can see here the biggest volume is between 40,700 and 40,000. So that's a tiny range, but we have the biggest liquidation cluster there. And that's it. Well, of course we have some others, but I mean, look that. I mean, that's not big. We are talking about even here compared to other month, 140 million. That's nothing. So on FTX at least, we can see we have much more longs working there than shorts. And I will show another website that's also very interesting to check there. How is the long short ratio? So we can see here blockchain whispers, and it's very interesting. I mean, just to have a trend or a feeling how the future market looks like. And we have, I mean, the ratio, we have 72% of longs versus 27. That's huge. I mean, Binance 2 billion compared to 1 billion. I mean, BitMEX at least a little bit more shorts than longs, but well, Bitfinex yeah, it's almost the same. They are only longing sometimes, I think. However, but for me, the most important indicator is Binance, as usual, because Binance has the biggest liquidity. So, and that's just too big. That's really just too big. So, also something we should have in mind. Um, I can recommend this site. It's really nice just to see how the yeah, long short ratio is looking like on Binance. So let us check who is driving the market, or what instrument is driving the market. Well, I mean, we can see that very. Oh, that's not the color I need. Let me see here. So we can see that, and it's obvious that stable coins are here driving the market once again. And while, for example, we can see here, um, we had here that dump. That dump happened also with stable coins because coin margin contracts didn't dump that big, and even then it maintained a very nice upward trend. The aggregated CVD spot, for example, it's indicating something similar. So it seems the aggregated CVD spot, and that's Binance, and of course it's Binance. So um, you can see that correlates very well to the stablecoin moves. All right. At the moment, just selling, and FTX is just looks really crazy because these guys are so bearish, and I don't know why actually. Well, I can imagine why, but it's just surprising me a little bit. However, that's what's happening at the moment. I mean, those who are moving the market with stablecoins at the same time are buying and making a quick deal, it seems. So selling at the moment, it looks like, I don't know. I mean, at the moment, it looks really like they would prepare once again to hold the price while they can sell. And it's just a matter of a matter of time when we see the coin margin contracts also declining, and that's the moment where the price will decline even more. And that's the part where we are close to go back to maybe a level of, yeah, 40k. Let it be 40k, maybe that makes more sense because we have a POC there. But yeah, that's how it looks like. I mean, as mentioned, I will if I see something, I mean, that's bullish. That's really bullish. Okay, they didn't spend just few hundred. We are talking here about a delta of no, almost 2,800 Bitcoin. And that's nice. That's not like what happened in the few days just to buy few hundred Bitcoin, maintain the price, use stable coins and coin margin contracts to hold the price, and then just sell. That looks like a big up. But however, I'm still missing some solid bullish signals, and that's my problem. But because it's just following SPY, and that's my main problem. I mean, all these kind of pumps was triggered by trade bots, always. I mean, even here and here, it's almost triggered by Bitfinex. Did once here that was that little try retest to check if they can go up or not, and that's it. I mean, that's not looking really bullish for me. Um, they are selling now almost 1,000 Bitcoin while the price almost didn't move. That's the thing. I mean, check here what they are doing again. Stablecoin futures are holding the price, and these guys have started to sell here, and they are selling. So I don't know. It doesn't look like that's going to end in a new bull run, or it looks more like a fake rally for me. We can also see here what's happening to Binance. The funding rate for Binance went up while their open interest, because of course they liquidated a lot of stablecoin and coin margin contracts, and now the funding rate is declining and the open interest rising a little bit. As you can see, now declined a little bit, but so indicating more shorts are coming in, and we need to see if that's part of market makers' plan to let it dump afterwards. That's, in my opinion, I know. I mean, I'm just missing something bullish, a solid bullish signal. It doesn't look like they are still driving these pumps with futures. And yes, they bought those 3,000 Bitcoin, but they are selling them. I mean, they sold already 1,000 Bitcoin, and if they if we maintain that price level now for 1, 2 more days, they will just sell all this 2,800 Bitcoin. And what will happen next? At the moment, that's it. So let us make a quick review here, because otherwise the video is going to become too long. Coinbase is limiting at 42K, but with 224 bitcoins. That's nothing. If they want to cross that, they can do that. However, it's indicating they don't want to go up even more. So, Deribit, we have the next one at 42.6, but something else not indicating here. Binance, nothing. No, nothing. Bitfinex, spoofing, spoofing, spoofing. Now pushing the price down. Now they want to push the price up again. You can see how that works. And the funny thing is, they are still in maintenance, but it seems their algos, they still work very fine. FTX, nothing. Well, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say that's nothing, but nothing new at least. So I would expect, if they want to push the price more up, I would expect that this was here. So nothing new. Bitmax, okay. At 38, yeah, well, nothing changed here. Also limiting the way down at 38. Binance futures. I mean, and the price is following them. Failed. Go up. You can see here big activity again. Failed. Go down. Failed. Go up. Failed. Go down. Failed. Go up. Failed. And now it failed here. And well, I think the next one is, of course, try to go there. We will see if it fails. And down again, fail, and so on and so forth. As long they have such kind of orders right there, and we can notice huge amount of stable coins. I mean, like we had just a few weeks ago, 500, 600 million US dollars in stable coin. They would, of course, cross all that here, but it's a lot of stuff to absorb. So at the moment, it looks like they want to maintain that price range again, like they did here, for example. But as you see, here you have, of course, just more activity than here at the moment. So I think that could rise when the price goes down again. I think it's now time to distribute, but as mentioned, everything depends a little bit on what's happening to SPY. Yeah, Bitfinex, futures, derivatives, but that's it. Nothing big. Also at 42.8 or something, so nothing big here as well. FTX spot, nothing. No, that's it.